What's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to Trading Live with Bubba. And of course, to all my veterans, I salute you. Thank you so much for your service. Appreciate it. I always appreciate you. I give you a shout out every Monday night on my Monday night call. And anybody who comes to this, you're welcome to join. Just shoot me an email. In the meantime, hold on. Let me share my charts. There we go. Not a lot going on, but there's been a little action. You know, the markets are kind of partially closed today. No banks, no bonds, but we have had some action, and the selling that you're seeing, I don't think it's any big deal. You know, at the end of the day, you had a massive rally reversal on Friday, followed by a massive update yesterday. So a little bit of selling is not anything that you would even think about. Okay. In the meantime, we'll take a look and see if we can find something to do here. There's been a few here and there. They show up periodically, and going forward, we're also going to use. I have some trade assist software, which I'll share one of the charts with you. Okay, it tells me when the blow-off pattern is occurring without me having to see it. And this, for example, was a buy a long time ago this morning. Again, they don't work. Nothing works 100%, but it really is more of a guide, and we'll start using those more often here. But at the end right now, I got nothing on a short-term basis to really look at. So we'll just go to the long-term stuff for now and see what's going on. And again, just so you see in the indexes themselves, volume is very light, pathetic. So, and not a surprise. Like I said, today is partially kind of like a holiday. I mean, it's certainly a holiday for our veterans, but it's kind of like a holiday for the markets as well. But Apple. Okay, so we were watching that 270 area. Look what happened. So it held, and it took off. Be one to take a look at now for our trading, what we're doing now, nothing I would do here. But certainly I'd be looking to be a buyer of Apple because it looked like it wants to go higher. And remember, no matter what you might think of the markets, dull markets go higher. And this is the time of the year that is historically and seasonally bullish. So we'll see. Okay. Amazon, nothing to do, kind of in the middle. Okay. And of course, our open trades are doing well. Coin, we did that last week, winner. Okay. Nothing to do today. Crowd, we did that last week as well, a winner. Nothing to do today. Ether, we did that last week, winner. Okay. Nothing to do right now. Again, all we're really doing, if you're new or whatever, we're just looking for markets that are overbought or oversold, and we're taking the opposite side, and not because we have an opinion, but because we assume retracing back to the mean. Okay, and since we're selling credit, we have limited risk. Okay, when we do that, so we don't have to really worry about that either. So again, remember, it's a limited risk, limited reward trade, but it keeps you in the market, helps you build up your account while you're waiting for a little bit more activity. And let's just go check back. We are getting a rally, so let me just make sure that we're not missing anything here. There's a potential trade coming maybe in the S&P. There's a potential sale. Probably not. We'll probably let it go because it's really not fast enough. It's not big enough. So nothing to, again, we're not going to rush in just because. Let's see if it continues for another bar, but let's see the end of this bar, see if it explodes up before we get away and move away from this. It is not going to, so we'll come back to it. No big deal. Meta, okay, we sold this, not great right now. We need a little bit more of a rally, okay, but there's nothing to add. And remember, if we're not extended, if we're not overbought or oversold, there's nothing to add. I'm not getting involved with nothing. Google. Nothing really to do here. This is at resistance. You could listen. You can certainly stretch the rules a little bit if you want. I'm not recommending that you do so, but you can. Certainly, you are at resistance at an all-time high. You could expect a little bit of a pullback, but I'm going to wait. INOQ, nothing to do. IWM, nothing to do. And you're going to see, just full disclosure, you're going to see a lot of nothings to do today because of the movement of the last couple of days. Okay, the cream that they did Friday morning where they were killing it, followed by the big rally, okay, followed by the big rally yesterday, it took away a lot of the potential opportunities that if you didn't have them on already, okay? Because now we're kind of settling around, and let's just see if anything's going on here. Potentially something coming in crude. Again, I don't know that it'll get there. Again, it's got to have more volume. I got to see volume spike up to here. Okay, I got to see volume come up to at least here before I really want to get involved. So we'll watch it and see. It's certainly putting itself in the formation that we'd want to look at. But again, not enough speed, not enough volume. Certainly the S&P continues to trick higher. Okay, same story. We need a reason. Always need a reason to make a trade, and not because I have an opinion. Okay, that's something that's important to remember. Our opinions are worthless. Okay, the charts and the technicals tell you everything you need to know. All right, so it doesn't look like we're gonna get much here. Okay. All right, well, we'll flip back. We can come back. We got time. We're not going anywhere. So MP, nothing to do. But you can see how a lot of these did bounce off of their oversold conditions. Microsoft, close, but nothing I would really do right now. MSTR continues to get hammered. One of our losers. Now, again, it's not over yet, but it continues to get piped. We'll see what happens. Like we have on the we have on the the 230, the 235, 230, 250. So we'll see. NNE, this is the one you could look at. This is certainly bears looking at. Let's see. NNE, November Echo. And I'm going to do these for this Friday coming, the 14th. And these spreads kind of suck. Hold on. 36, 35. It's going to be tough to get a fill. We're going to pass. Not enough liquidity to do the trade I want to make here. So we'll pass. Nugget, nothing to do. Let's just go back and look at the C. And we're not getting enough volume in here to want to force us to get a trade on. So we'll continue to leave it on the side and watch for it. All right, let's go back here. NVIDIA, okay, which we sold the call spreads. Okay, again, nothing to do right now. Palantir, nothing to do if you had done it. Obviously, Friday would have been a day if you were doing it. I didn't, but if you did, good for you. QBTS, close, but nothing to do. QQQ, right in dead range middle. Again, you have to be patient enough to do this kind of trading. I talk about it on my Saturday call. There's a lot of money sitting out there that if you have positions on, you can sell premium against those current positions. And it's like money laying in the street. Okay. And you have to be patient to wait for it. Just because you want to get the money doesn't mean you have the opportunity. We don't have the opportunity right now. So I'm not going to do much of anything. Okay. Until this is the one we put. This is a loser from last week. And it's an additional loser. Now, I would consider adding to it. I am going to. Again, don't just because I do doesn't make it right. Okay. But I think that it's a reasonable expectation that you should see some sort of a bounce. So, 38. Hold on 1 second here. Let's see it. 38.50, 37.50 for 40 cents. I can do that. Okay, let's go back and take a look here. Nothing really. Again, nothing too exciting. Not that I'm expecting anything really exciting, but nothing too exciting. SPY, Sierra Papa Yankee, in the middle of nowhere, nothing to do. XYZ. You could look at selling spreads here. This is still very oversold, even with that big rally. XYZ, XYZ. Uh, 66, 65. You're going right at it for 40 cents. I can do that. I'll take that. Again, you're banking on the fact that it's so oversold that the math is going to bring it back to the mean. That's all you're banking on here. And when you sell spreads like we're doing them now, the only thing you can't happen is that they can't go against you. They can sit there and do nothing. You're going to collect. Okay, it's just that you don't want them to go against, and that's the basis of it. That you have two ways to win: either it goes in your favor or it does nothing, which means that if it does nothing, you get paid too. Okay. Maybe something coming here in crude. Yeah. Okay. So crude's going to be a trade here. All right. Stop would be 61.73. We don't have a trade yet, but the stop would be 61.73. Okay, so now we're waiting for a spot to get in and sell. Okay, let's see this triggers. Okay, looks like we're gonna get a sale here, and go ahead and take it if you want it. Stop is, what did I say? Stop is 61.74. And put my orders into work to buy it back. Okay. All right. So we're in here, slightly profitable at the moment. Again, we didn't close it yet, so it's not official. Tesla, nice sale we made last week. Good trade. Nothing to do today. Win, nothing to do today. Maybe sell it, but I typically stay away from that. XBI getting close, and Zoom, nothing. So we put on a couple of trades, XYZ and SMCI. We're going to cash out a lot of winners, a couple of losers, and let's see what happens in here. See what our open trade looks like, and if there's anything else that we're going to be able to do. And right now, it doesn't appear like there's anything else. So we're just really sitting with a slightly profitable trade in crude as we wait and watch it. Okay. And again, nothing else is being created. So we're just going to sit here and talk and hang out and manage our open trade, because that's all we got to do. We've gone through the things we look at. Do you have any things you'd like to look at? Let me know. I'll be happy to look at them while we're here together. Okay, so crude sits there and it's profitable, but it's not breaking down as we would like it to. This is one of the problems in a slow market. You should have probably around 3 or 4 ticks profit in it, depending on how many contracts you're trading. 3 or 4 ticks per contract. I would think about taking my stop to break even now. It's not working fast enough for me, so I certainly don't want to turn this into a loser. You have a lead, you have a profit, and when I say break even, you want to lock in your commissions and your cost, and then that's where break even is at. So it's a no risk, it's a free roll trade with no risk. Okay, that's what we're looking for now. Again, we'd like to see the action happen much faster. If it doesn't, then we have to make adjustments. I would assume everybody's out now is basically a break even trade. If you took it, and again, if you didn't take it, no big deal. But that's what we do. We take trades as they come, and we don't have an opinion. We just let the chart dictate if we're supposed to be in or not. And we were supposed to be in. And again, I decided that there was not enough reason for me to stay around, because the lack of speed means lack of emotion, and the lack of emotion, lack of speed means that the markets are just pretty stable, and there's no real panic or fear. So if that being the case, what do I need to get involved for? Okay, all I'm looking to do here is to take advantage of those that become emotional. You know, there's no saying on the trading floor is when you can see their tonsils, give them whatever they want. That's all we're looking for. That's what the blow-off pattern is all about, is you can see inside of those that are panicking. Okay. So, and right now there's nobody doing anything. They're all kind of sleeping. So I guess Thanksgiving came early. Black Friday is early. Thanksgiving is early. But it is Veterans Day. And again, to all you veterans, I thank you, appreciate you, and salute you. Meantime, we'll see if anything else shows up. Otherwise, it'll be, we put on 2 trades, and we had one basically break even day trade. So let's see if anything else shows up here. Not really. Okay. Again, this is the hard part of the business, being patient enough to wait for your trades. Okay. It's easy to trade, but is it easy to make money? It's easy to push the buttons. Okay. But it's the rest of the part that doesn't make sense. So again, there's no reason to put yourself in jeopardy. And again, what would I be trading here? What should I do right now? Okay. I know that dull markets go higher. Do I really feel like jumping in and buying? No. Do I want to sell? No. I just want to wait and react to what the market is. Maybe crude will give us another shot at it. Okay, it's still rallying, so maybe we'll get another crack at it. That's all I'm looking for. And after this, I'll probably go play poker. My other job. So now this crude trade, if we take it, okay, if we get it and take it, obviously I won't be here to help you manage it. So keep that in mind as to whether or not you'll want to take that or not. Okay. But certainly getting close and may actually become a trade. So keep that in mind. Now, if you're looking at my trade assist model, you can see it's telling you there's going to be a trade there. See the purple bar or pink, whatever the hell color that is. Okay. So again, now we're just waiting for our model to trigger. Okay. All right, and it's good, and it's going to trigger. So there you go. I'm going to stick around a couple extra minutes, Luis, just to get this trade filled if it's going to fill. Okay. Let's see if it gives us actually a trade. We'll stick around for 1 extra minute. See, but it would be a sale on the next red bar on a 1 minute basis. All right. It doesn't look like we're going to get the trade, but if you're trading on your own, be prepared to sell it. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much, and happy Veterans Day. And thank you to all the veterans out there. I appreciate y'all. Adios.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.